I have been thinking a lot lately, most especially about what I know is your fear of my anger. I mean, even if so many tarot readers didn't confirm that you feel intimidated of me, I remember you saying it, and I see how you act. And I know, I have known you long enough to know the only times that you do not communicate with me freely and playfully are when you know that you are doing something that you shouldn't be. And then you decide that you don't want to tell me because you know that I will be upset with you. And what bothers me so much, dear masculine, is that you already know the reason why I am mad, and then you act like you don't understand why I am mad or what makes me mad when it is so very obvious, masculine. I get mad with you because you're better than that. You're better than some cheap trick. You're better than this cowardly lion you pretend to be. You're better than this masculine who gives in to all these karmics who demand things from him and make him feel like nothing. You're better than this person who pushes away everyone who loves you. You're better than the kind of masculine who gives up just because it's not easy or hard. Though more than anything, masculine, I get mad at you because I get mad at myself. Because I know with all my being, with every cell inside me, that you are meant to be a divine masculine, and yet you act so unawakened. And then you come awake and you come alive, and I see you do all that I knew that you were capable of, and then you go back to this unawakened state and act as if we have never had such interactions and never had such conversations, and then you act as if it is horrible of me to to demand that you stand in your truth, to demand that if you are such a masculine as lowly as the karmics that you interact with, then you be that masculine and you stop holding on to me. And if you are not, and you are the divine masculine I know who is just too afraid to stand in his truth, then find a way. Find a way to let go of that fear. Because it is the only thing holding you back, my dear. All you need to do is want to face the truth. That's where it starts. And I know because, dear masculine, with the way that you masqueraded and created this separation and made me feel like it was all on me, I had to face myself because the only other option was to completely push you away as far and as fast as I could and to forget about love. And I couldn't choose that. I chose love instead, and I chose to face myself, to look my pride in the eyes and say, you're not so tough and you're not so necessary. I chose to look at the things that I would be embarrassed if you told people about me and to tell them myself. I decided to find faith and release control. Even faith in you who have lied and lied and lied and lied and then admitted the truth and then lied some more. I found faith in you. I found that the times and places which you lied were usually about the same things, and that there were many things which you never lied about. And all the places I couldn't trust you, I found just as many that I could. And I realized over time that I was pulling you off the pedestal and seeing you for who you were, as a whole human being, flaws and all. One thing I know that you didn't think that I did, saw you, flaws and all, and still loved you. And that, dear masculine, is another thing that makes me so upset, is that you still have me on a pedestal You still see me as this perfect person, and if I ever do such a human thing as to be upset with you because you're not standing in your truth, then suddenly I come crashing down off the pedestal you place me on, and I have fallen from grace, and I am this evil demon up in your face saying, here is the truth, face it. And I get it. It's scary. I know, because you've done the same thing with me. But I also know that change takes time. And the only way for you to really become the masculine I know that you are, I know that you've told me you want to be, is to start to believe that you are and act in accordance with that beautiful divine being that I know that you are. And you're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to go back and forth and forward and backward and 5 steps backwards and 10 steps forward and another 15 backwards. That's the process of change and growth. And the sooner that you face it, the sooner you get to where you have this life all around you that is not something you're ashamed of. In fact, you're quite proud of it. And it's no longer you just sitting there saying that you're proud of it. You really are proud of it. And that's why no matter what anyone else says about it, they cannot shake that pride from you. Because it is a pride that is earned. It's not pridefulness. It's genuine self-love. Pride for what you have accomplished, little or big. And that's why I get so mad at you, dear masculine, because I feel like you go and you look within and you see the beautiful person that I see you as. That I've seen you as from that first moment we locked eyes. And I knew. And I know that you know too. You knew too. And you've always been such a silly rabbit about it. You fight tooth and nail, and then you finally find that I never even asked you to do something just because I wanted you to. I found the thing that you needed to do for you. And it just so happened to be the same things that I love about you. And then you do them and you say that's not so bad, and I really did need to do that. But then you go back and you listen to people who don't have your best interests at heart at all. And others who may think they have your best interests at heart, but they haven't healed enough to even be able to start to know what that looks like. And you are so afraid of failing. You are so afraid of rejection. You are so afraid to face your own shadow. It's almost as if you think that you're Peter Pan and you're going to turn around and your shadow will not be attached. And I can find the humor in that, dear masculine, but I cannot find the humor in you repeating these cycles where again and again and again you turn back to these people who hurt you. And then I get mad at myself because I find that I am doing the same thing with you. To where you show me such beauty in who you are. You confirm for me everything that I knew to be true when I had no reason to know. You bring magic into my life that I don't need you to bring, but when you bring it, it is just such a special thing. And then it's not like you fall a few steps back, it's like you jump down this endless rabbit hole, and I go chasing after you with bread in my pocket and cookies and treats to help lead you back up to the land above where you are so much happier. And I swear sometimes it's like you jump just to see if I will still be there. Sweet and carrying treats to lead you out of the way, and it doesn't seem like enough, and then I start to wonder, masculine, am I crazy? Are you a karmic for me? Am I beating my head against a brick wall the same way that I see you doing with karmics again and again? my heart says no, that that's not true. And I know one thing you and I always agreed on is to follow your heart. But I know that's not what the logic says, and yet I also know that every time I try to pull away from you, I am bombarded. In fact, lately, as I've gotten better through this separation and finally gotten to places where I can spend some time not thinking about you, then before I know it, someone else has pulled you in, put you in front of me, either literally or as a picture or a conversation, or I see you in a game that you have not played for years, or I see you on a social media you haven't been on for months, or suddenly you show up in my news feed, or I run into you at a store or in a parking lot, or something happens, and I know I am not that crazy. I know I am not that lazy. I know I am not that unhealed. And then when I find that I must not be crazy and it has to be you because everything I see and every sign I ask for points to you, then I feel so sad. And masculine, when I feel sad, I am useless to the world around me, and I cannot be useless. I can be vulnerable. I can ask for help. I can rest and take care of myself. I have wonderful self care practices now that, in many ways, I am grateful to you for because I would not have had them before. But I cannot be that sad, masculine. I cannot. I must manage the children. I must manage the money. I must manage to continue doing these journeys and getting on that boat and floating across the shore to the other side because if I'm right, and it is you, then I cannot sit and wait for you, and I cannot focus on what you do. And I cannot go through the cycles with you. And that makes me mad. And even though I can laugh at myself about it, I still get mad. And there are times when I think, you know what, there is no way he's going to get away with this to where it's just me peacefully riding off into the sunset. No, I deserve to exact my revenge because I deserve it. And then I stop and I say, that is not me. I am not the karmics. I cannot do that. Even when I get started and I try because I'm more trying to release myself from you than anything else, I find that I end up just spending more time giving myself grace for a human moment because that's not what I want. I don't want to fight. I don't want to run. I don't want to chase. And there are other times that sometimes I just want to come and find you and shake you and say, masculine, you must get out of my dreams, get out of my thoughts, get out of everything I see and everything I hear. Because if you are not going to be standing here next to me holding my hand, I must let go, and I know you are holding on to me. You will not let go of the final strings. You will not let me be. And at the same time, you will not come to me. And I know there is a greater purpose for that. I'm not sure what words to put to it, but I know that it is true and I know it is there. And I will figure out what it is, but until then, masculine, I may be your empress, I may be your divine feminine, but I am human. And I choose to be human because I know there is more strength in that, and that is why I show you that I am mad. And so here I sit thinking about you and how often I get mad at you. And I think about the days when we'll be able to have such conversations face to face and you won't run, and you will listen, and you will feel grateful that I showed you how I really felt. That even though you often hurt me for it, I tried to allow you to be my safe space for all of my faces, for all of me, just the way I want you to be with me. Until then, dear masculine, well, I might seem just a little bit crazy to you.